So a few weeks ago, I took an angle grinder to my Staub Braiser, and that worked out really well. It doesn't look the best, and it took a lot of work, and it's not something I would actually recommend to someone to do because of just the effort and time that's in it. But today I thought, hey, why not try to do something simpler? I have another Staub Braiser that has a chip in it that can't be used, and so I'm going to take it to a place in which I can do a do-it-yourself sandblasting. And I'm going to see, hey, can I just sandblast this thing simply and then season it, and is it going to work? So I've woken up early. I'm driving down to my hometown that I grew up in, Victoria, BC. I live a few hours away now. I'm going to go down. There's a do-it-yourself sandblasting place down there, and I'm going to take a Staub Braiser that was returned by a customer. It was replaced by Zwilling, and I've had it, and it needs something to be done with it because basically it's like a flower pot right now. And I'm going to sandblast this thing and see if this turns out, is the sandblasting going to ruin the surface? Is it going to season well? I have no idea. I've never done this before. So let's try this out. Okay, I've just shown up at Blast It here in Victoria. These guys are great. They're going to be able to look after me. I've just gone over it with the owner, and we're going to set up and get onto this thing. All right, so this is Scott, the owner. Hi, Scott. All right, so Scott is helping me out here, and we are going to be putting some duct tape onto the outer enamel to protect it. That's his idea there, because he's concerned about the red getting damaged. Around the edge of the pan, all the Staub Braisers, they kind of come up to almost a raw edge. So there's definitely a difference between the outer enamel and the inner enamel. And all I'm going to do here is work away to take away the outer enamel in this really cool blasting machine. So here we go. Be right with you. Okay, there we go. That bad boy is going to go in there, and I'm going to be sandblasting that bad boy.
Ooh, that interior is quite hard. What do they coat with inside? Holy Moses, there, I'm through. Well, that's bare cast iron.
There we go.
Can't go any further than that, so that's the finish that's going to be created, at the end of everything. Great surface for seasoning, and you can still see a bit of that cast iron finish that would have been original to these when they were cast off at the factory.
Yeah.
So gives a good profile for everything to bite into. Great profile for seasoning.
Awesome.
It'll be lovely.
Wicked. So using the sandblaster was so cool. I had wanted to do this for a long period of time, and I always just wanted to use a sandblaster. I've never used one, so this is my first time, and it's really, really cool. And it's wild how destructive this is. The enameling on these pieces of Staub are incredibly hard. They're like rock, and it takes quite a bit to get through them. And once it coats, it's going fairly easily, but it's pretty wild how dense this really is and how strong it really is. So when they do chip, that happens, it's taken some pretty solid force, or there's a flaw within the enameling. But using just regular tools or regular cleaning with chainmail or whatever, you're not going to damage this. This takes something severe to create any real damage. But anyways, I'm working away on this thing, and this is a ton of fun. I did this with the other pot that I did a couple weeks ago on the channel, and I used an angle grinder, and that was pretty intense, the finishing and the amount of time it took me, and it didn't turn out to look beautiful. It's seasoned wonderfully and it's working well, but the pan itself doesn't look amazing, and I'll share that at the end of the video. But this is looking out just absolutely fantastic, and I'm really excited where this is going. So let's keep going. So Scott, what do you think? How's it look?
Not bad, man. That's as far as you can take it. Perfect finish.
All right, so we're gonna get that home, get it cleaned up, and season it up. Okay, well thanks Scott, appreciate it.
Hey, no problem at all. My pleasure.
All right, pal. Okay, so there she is, all cleaned up. Got all the tape that was around it off there. I gotta say another shout out to Scott. That guy did such a great job helping me get this done. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm excited about getting this seasoned and trying to cook with it. So I have just put this in the oven to preheat it. I'm gonna now put a little bit of seasoning paste on it, and I'm gonna do 3 rounds in the oven. So this is 1 hour per cook, 400 degrees with a very small amount of cook culture seasoning paste on here. Take it out, let it fully cool, and do that round 3 times. So I'm going to do that expeditedly here on video, and then we're going to get right to cooking. So here we go. Okay, so that's got a really nice thin layer of cook culture seasoning paste on. I'm ready to go in the oven. 400 degrees for 1 hour. Okay, so fresh out of the oven. Looking fantastic. So yeah, first one, getting some deeper color, but that's just fresh out. We are going to let that cool completely and then go in for round 2. Round 2. Okay, so there's the end of round 2, which is looking beautifully golden and great. Going in for round 3. Looking good. Okay, so got it all done here. 3 coats and a nice even texture all around. A couple weeks ago, and in my last video, I did this finish where I ground the inside of this Staub Braiser. So I got a smaller brazier and a larger brazier, and I ground this one all down, and I polished it, and it's a little bit higher polish, so it's shinier, a little more golden. This has the texture of being sandblasted. So it'll be interesting to see, will that textured surface work as well as the surface? That worked out great. It looks pretty beat up, but this pan works really, really well. So let's see how the sandblasted finish is going to finish. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna make some pancakes, and with my outside grill. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous summer day, and I wouldn't usually do pancakes in a pan like this, but my children want pancakes for breakfast, and this is a good test for this pan. And after I do some pancakes, I'm gonna try a fried egg and see what the results are for this beautifully new seasoned pan. I'm interested to see just how this texture is going to work out. So here we go. Okay, so that was a little bit stuck on. It's come off well, but for the first cook, a little bit more adhered to that pan than I would have liked, definitely. But let's keep going and see how we go. Okay, so definitely not non-stick, but what can happen a lot of time when pans are new like this, they take a little bit of cooking to get them right. I'm also going to bring the heat up just a tiny bit. This cooktop can be a little bit touchy, so you don't want to be too aggressive with the heat. I'm trying to get them golden and not overly cooked. So we'll go for another one. Okay, so this one here already is coming off better. So just the one, and that's really, really common with using cast iron, is that your first couple of cooks, sometimes things aren't perfect, and as you start to build the seasoning from cooking on top of a really nice oven layer, as we have on here, nice, even, consistent, that's where the non-stick really starts to show itself. Okay, so a stack of flapjacks, that worked out just great. That pan has turned out to be beautifully non-stick. Definitely an awkward pan for making large flapjacks like this, but it proved the point. It's working great. But let's see how it's going to do doing a fried egg. Okay, so some olive oil. And around. Okay, so that fried egg turned out great, exactly as I would expect it. You know, tiny little bit of residual, pan's still quite new, but really it released beautifully, like a tiny little bit of hold to it. Got a little bit more texture than the pan that I did previously that was a higher polish, but this pan basically looks like it was store-bought. The finishing and the look to it is absolutely gorgeous. So this pan is going to work beautifully for somebody for the rest of its days. It's going to be able to stand up, be reseasoned, and it will never, ever, ever wear out. So I think overall this is a huge success, and I would absolutely do this conditioning to any pan going forward. If I had any issue with a cast iron pan that needed to be refinished, sandblasting is phenomenal. This worked out great. So there we go, A+.